Welcome back to Witness Richness. It's your boy JCP, and as always, I am super excited to be back in front of the camera. Listen, today, before running into my office, I'm running short on time. So I thought to myself, why not make a video on my perception of time and how I use my time and how I value my time on a day-to-day basis. And listen, there's really no secret to this. Use your free time to make yourself rich, not just financially. I'll see you at the whiteboard. Billy. So once again, I'm back at the whiteboard and better than ever. Let's get right into this. Okay, so the human experience here on Earth, right, as we know, we got 120 years human life. Okay, so now, from 120 years, I'm currently 30 years present. Not 30 years old, not 30 years young, I'm 30 years present. So, going from this timeline down here, from birth to 120, here I am at 30, meaning I have 90 years left from 30 to 120. Now, of course, I'm gonna be sleeping for 8 hours a day on average. So that's a third of my day, which is a third of my life. So from 90 years minus 8 hours of sleep, we've now subtracted 30 years. So looking at this whole 120 year spectrum, I really actually only have 60 years of consciousness and being alert and being aware and moving around and to build what I need to build while I'm here, or build what I want to build while I'm here. So that's just not a lot of time to me. I'm just not like, I'm not giving away, a lot of this time. I think the average span working in America is about 10 to 15 years. So we dedicate 10 to 15 years out of 60 for money. And life was here long before money. So of course, without going too far, I'm at a point right now where by the time I hit 35 years old, I no longer want money to be a concern. I no longer want money to be even like on top of my mind anymore. I want to look past money. I want money to be coming in residually and everything be in place. So I don't want to focus any more years from 35 to 120 focused on money. That's why I'm to the grind right now, back against the wall, what I got to do, right? All right. With that being said, going into a Monday through Friday, right? Keep in mind, I used to have a corporate job. That's why I didn't put the whole 10 years working, 15 years, all this, no. Because my lifestyle, when I'm working and when I'm getting money, and when I'm just spending time with my family and with my boys and my friends, it all integrates. It becomes a lifestyle now, right? All right, so, but I used to have a corporate job. I used to work 10 hours a day. Listen, this is 10 hours a day, work, travel. I used to spend 8 hours a day working, plus 3 hours a day, 90-minute commute back and forth to work. So it was 11 hours a day working when I was having my corporate job. But to keep numbers shy here, on the shy side, 10 hours, okay? That's an hour to work, an hour from work, plus your 8-hour shift. That's 10 hours a day, Monday through Friday, dedicated to money, okay? To getting money. And now you have your sleep. Even if you're not actually sleeping 8 hours, the time it takes you to fall asleep, the time it takes you to wake up, 8 hours. So out of 24 hours in a Monday through Friday, you're losing 18 hours a day, just sleep and work, leaving you, 6 hours a day to yourself. Now, 6 hours a day, this is gonna be spread apart through the 24-hour day. So it's not like you get a 6-hour block every single day, do what you want. It might be an hour or two in the morning time, an hour or two after work, or an hour or two before you go to bed. So really, if you have kids, or if you go to the gym, if you run errands, using the bathroom, whatever, you're just losing an hour and a half a day on just basic stuff that you need to take care of, these necessities. Kids, gym, errands, health, food, laundry, that stuff is, we need that, right? So now you have 4.5 hours a day, Monday through Friday. And there was this statistic saying that millennials spend about 4 to 5 hours a day on social media platforms or watching TV. Listen, if you have 4.5 hours per day of free time, these are the hours you should be spending to make yourself rich. And of course, if you're watching this channel, it's not just about the money, okay? Spend some time to develop different areas of your life, physically, mentally, spiritually, financially, okay? Now, I don't know how that makes you feel, but for me, it's just that if I know I have this much time per day to build, I can't spend that time watching too many basketball games. I mean, a basketball game is about 2.5 hours. I can't spend this time watching too many football games. The football game is about 2.5 hours. I can't spend this time watching too many movies. The movie's about 2 hours long. You need to spend as much as this time possible, right, building towards the better version of yourself. You need to spend as much of this time possible planting seeds for the future version of yourself. You need to spend as much of this time as possible raising your consciousness, okay? When I worked that corporate job and I get home from work and I had that last 4.5 hours to myself, a couple hours at night, you know what I was doing? I was on YouTube, searching all the real estate gurus, watching all the real estate videos, taking in a bunch of information that I can use and apply towards my life. And that's what needs to happen if you want to make any changes. You're going to have to use this free time to make yourself rich. And again, not just financially. So in America, and especially speaking to the corporate world, this is like the truth. You get about 4.5 hours to plus your weekends, and that's all you really get to yourself. And on your weekends, you want to kick back. And on this 4.5 hours, you're probably kicking back as well. But in order to get to that next level, right, and leave that job and seek that financial freedom and set up some of these systems that could be bringing in revenue for you, you're going to have to take some of this time and invest it right here, okay? Now, with that being said, I hope this, puts a little fire in you. Like, yo, listen, 60 years is not a lot of time. I can't be spending 10, 15 years working. It just doesn't make sense, not to me. And out of this 4.5 hours, if you are working right now, you got to use this time wisely because you want to get out of that bubble. I'm telling you right now, I believe it's like the average, if you work for 45 years at 40 hours a week, it's about 10 years off your life. You know what I'm saying? You can't be in that situation. Use your free time to break away from that equation. And also, even though I see time this way, and as I see time as now. And what I mean by that is you can't go back and you can't go forward. All you have is now. So use the strategic now to plant seeds for yourself so you can reap later. Because listen, you only reap what you sow. You know what I mean? So the real secret is to build habits that are conducive to your future success. So, I'd never liked reading. I didn't enjoy reading growing up. Now I read almost daily. I didn't enjoy certain types of, information taken in. Now I make myself enjoy information about how shirts are made and, how brushes are made. Just really understanding and analyzing all the systems around me. I hope you found this information somewhat valuable and I hope it really kind of put a little spark in your ass because listen, don't have time to waste. No bullshit reality TV shows, not too much junk on Instagram, on social media platforms. Use this time wisely, all right? Use this time to get ahead. And as always, my sister, and as always, my brother, I invite you, let's grow together. I'll see you next week's episode. And another shortcut for myself is right now, I'm not sleeping 8 hours a day. Now, I'm sleeping about 5 hours a day right now. So I'm adding, a good 3 hours back to my day by not sleeping for 8 hours, okay?